Okay, if you can hear me, could you give me thumbs up? Thank you, Mason. Thank you, Mia. Thank you, Killa. Okay, first of all, please do the homework because that's how um I can make sure that you understand what you have uh learned. Now today we got into something called linear function and how to graph it with how to graph the linear function. Okay, so the linear function, let me see what's going on here. Okay, right. So linear function had this form, y 2x plus 1. Now, what does it mean? In this case, we actually got two variables, which is different from linear function. Linear function equation, let's say 4x plus 1 equal to 9. Now, in this case, this x is not a variable. This is called unknown. It has just one single value that make this true. So in this case, the x has to be 2, cannot be anything else. If x is 0, then we got a problem because 4x is 0, then 1 is not equal to 9. So it cannot be 0, has to be x equal to 2. And in this case, we call that unknown. So this sometimes give us confusion because we use the same letter. We use same letter form, but it means different given what kind of context it's in. But if you write it like this form, we can see that we got two variables. One is x and one is y. The reason we call them variables because its values change. The values, its value varies. It can take different form, different numbers. So in this case, when we're looking at linear equation, now x is called independent variable. This is called independent variable because it can take any real value. And y is called dependent variable because once we assign a value to x, then y value is fixed, has to follow this equation. For example, let's see, we got x here, y here. Now, if we pick x equal to 0, then this part is 0. 0 plus 1 is 1, so y has to equal 1. Cannot be anything else. If x is 2, then 2 times 2 is 4. 4 plus 1 is 5. So we got here. Okay, are we here so far? Are you guys good? All right, so now I'm going to give you another value and see if we can find y value, okay? So what happens, this is 4. What will be our y? Yeah, you can just type on the chat. Good job, Mason. Yeah, if you don't know, you can also type IDK. Good job, Caleb. Roger? Okay, well, let's see. If x is 4, we basically plug in this number into the x. So 2 times 4 is 8, but we still have plus 1. So we got 9 here. Now, we continue this. What happens if x is -1? Good job, Mia. Okay, if we plug in x is -1, what we got here, because y is equals to 2x plus 1. So this is something called, we call this as a function. So that means y depends on what x value is, and also depends on what kind of function we're dealing with. Okay, so if we plug in -1 into x, we got right down here 2y equal 2 times -1 plus 1. Now 2 times -1 is -2. -2 add 1 is -1. So in this case, it should be -1. Okay, are we good on this? Right. Okay, let's try, how about say -3 and what you got? Good job, Mason. Good job, Mia. Yeah, make sure just plug in a number and work it out. So it's 2 times x plus 1. Good job, Roger. Okay, so in this case, y is equal to 2 times -3 plus 1. And this gave us -6 plus 1. It gave us -5. So therefore, this is -5. All right, and give you the last one for this one function. So what happens if x is -5? Good job, Mia. Good job, Caleb. Good job, Mason. Okay, so in this case, what we got here is y equals to -5 plus 1, -10 plus 1 is -9. So we got that. Okay, of course, we're going to have different kinds of functions. Let's do another one. Y equals to, say, 3x minus 2. Then what can we have? Now, remember, x can be any value, but y depends on the x value and also the form of the function. This is basically what we're dealing with. Is you can also think this as input, output, and this is the input, and the inside the box is what we're going to do with the input. So on this function, 3x plus 2 is basically give me a number times 3 minus 2, then give that out, and the output will be y here. So we got input and output. Or you can think this as a vending machine. You put some money in and something come out. Okay, now if x is 0, what is our y? Good job, Mason. Good job, Mia. Good job, Roger. Good job, Caleb. Yep. So x is 0. 3 times 0 is also 0. 0 minus 2, that's -2. Now, what happens x is equal to 2? Good job, Mason. Good job, Caleb. Good job, Mia. Good job, Rodri. So we become 3 times 2 equals minus 2. That's 6 minus 2 equals 4. So we got 4. Now, what happens if this is negative 3? And what do we got? Very good. So we got 3 times negative 3 minus 2. That'll be negative 9 minus 2. So get negative 11. Okay, let's try one more. Now this time we're going to get negative numbers. Negative 3x plus 5. So we got x and y. X is 0. What happened to our y? Good job, Caleb. Oh, sorry. Good job, Mason. Good job. Yeah, Caleb. Very good. Says 5. Now, if it's 1, what will be y? Good job, Caleb. Good job, Mason. Good job, Mia. Good job, Rodri. So we got negative 3 times 1 plus 5, which is negative 3 plus 5. That's give us a 2. So we got 2. Now, what we are having here, we got x, y. It's called a pair. And in this case, our x has to be first. Y has to be a second. So they have order to it. It's called ordered pair. Okay, so we write this as 0, 5 and 1, 2. Now, this is called ordered pair. The first one is x value, second one, y value. And now with the order pair, then first of all, we can find them as points in the XY coordinate system. So first one, 0, 5 will be right here. And second one, 1, 2. Well, this is our 1, 2 is here. Now we got 2 points. And those 2 points, we can connect them as a line. Because any straight line, we just need 2 points. So this line basically is, we call that is a graphic representation of the linear function and y equals negative 3x plus 5. So basically, we using graph, we graphed out this function. So we have now for the same function, now we have 3 forms. One is we call that xy, that's called a table form. So this is a table. And we also have this, that's the function form. And we also have this, which is a graphic form. So either any of them can represent a linear function, but we use them in different purposes. Of course, graphing them out definitely make things visual to us, and sometimes that makes more sense to us. Okay, I'm going to show you another function and how we graph that. Y equals, say, 2/3 x plus 1. Now, since x can be any value, and to draw a function, we just need 2 points. I'm going to pick something that is easier for us. So x equals 0, y is 1. Then when I pick x, I'm going to pick 3 because 2/3 times 3 is 2. Then 2 plus 1 is 3. So we just need to have to dealing with integers. So we got 0, 1 here, and 3 right here, and which 3 is right here. So if we connect them, we'll got this. Yep. Are we good here? Very good. So this form of linear function has a name to it. This is called slope intercept form. Now, the reason we have called this form is because this part is our slope and this is y-intercept. Now, the y-intercept is when the line, let's say L, intersect our y-axis, so which is right here. So we see this y-axis and our line, the intercept. So this is called y-intercept. And we also have another intercept here. That's called the x-intercept. It's just like when they get intersect in either on the y axis or x-axis. So in this case, the y-intercept is actually 0, 1, which this one is this. When you write the form like that, and we call this actually give it the form like x equal to mx plus b. Then this is our slope m slope, and 0, b is y-intercept. So that's what we call slope intercept form. Okay, are we good here? Okay, very good, very good. Remember we did early on how to find the slopes. So if we have a line, like in this case, what we got here, we got 1, and when x is 3, we got 3. We got this line. Now, if you look at, depends on when you find anything here. If you look here, if we go 1, 2, 3, then you go up by 2. So that's exactly what we got here for the slope. And 3 is our run. So we can see that 1, 2, 3, and rise is 2. So 2 over 3, that's our slope. And sometimes when we draw a function in this form, now we can always using the table to help us. So x is equal to 0 and y will be -1. If x is 1, then y will be 3 times 1, 3, 3 minus 2. So we got those 2 here. So we can graph it. And we got 0, 1 here, -1. Then 1, 2, 1 here, 2 there. Then we can graph that one. Okay, any 2 points works. Another way we do that is using the this form to help us. We know -1 is our y-intercept, so it has to be had there. Now, the slope is 3, which is 3 over 1. So that means our run is 1, our rise is 3. So run, here is our 1, and go 3, 1, 2, 3. Then we find second point, we connect that way. So that's a different way of graphing linear function if it's given as the slope-intercept form. So I'm going to try another one. Y equals to, say, 4 over 5 x plus 2. How do we do that? Well, find 2 here. Then our run is 5. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Our run is 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we find the second point. So first point, second point, we connect them. Then now that's will be the line. Okay, are we good here? All right. So now, knowing a function and graphing them actually pretty straightforward. So you either find the 2 points, use the table, or we can use, based on the slope-intercept form, we start at y-intercept, then we just go rise over run, or so how many run, how many rise, then we find the second point, then we just graph it. Now, of course, another way you could do, just like when you do the table, you got 0, 2, which is what we found here. Now, you can give x is 5, then the y has to be 6, just like we did say here. There's 5 comma 6. So both way will help us to graph the function. But now we're going to do something a little bit different. We're going go back. We know 2 points. We want to find the function. Okay. So let's see, we got 2 points. 2, 5, say 5, 3. Okay, we know where the at 2 and 5 is 1 point, and 5 is here. We go back to 3, which is here. Then we connect them. Okay, that's the graph. We got 2 points with graphing it, and we had to find the slope. The slope, remember, slope formula is y sub 2 minus y sub 1 over x sub 2 and minus x sub 1. So 5 minus 3 and 2 minus 5. 2 minus 5. Then we got 5 minus 3 is 2. 2 minus 5, negative 3, which is the same as negative 2/3. Now, then we have the function based on this. Then we can have minus 2 over 3x plus b. Now we still need to find b. How do we do that? Well, to find b, we just plug in either this point or that point because they are part of the line. So if we plug this point, then when x is 2, so we got 5 here, y is 5. So x is 2, negative 2 over 3 times 2 plus b, we're going to find b. And that equals to negative 4 over 3 plus b. Then we can rewrite this as b minus 4 over 3 equal to 5. Now, this is simply a linear function. You can add that both sides. So b will be, so 4 over 3 is 1, 1/3. So it will be 6, 1/3. Or we can write as 19 over 3. So both ways are okay. Then we got function we have is y equal to negative 2/3 x and plus 19 over 3. Now, then we can check and see if that really those 2 points is on this line function. So x is, when x equals 2, we got -2/3 times 2 plus 19/3. And that will give us -4/3 plus 19/3, and that is 15/3 is 5. That's good. So we confirm this one. Then we can confirm the second one. When x is 5, the y should be 3. So let's see. -2/3, 5 plus 19/3, which is -10. Sorry, -10 plus 19/3, that's 9/3. It is 3. So both points on this line. So we know that we got this right. Okay, are we good on this one? Okay, very good. So I have you try a couple. Yeah. So let's do 1, 5, and 3, 7, and see what you got. So you write as y equals to what, x plus something here on the p. So you find the slope and find the y-intercept. Okay, that's fine. I'm going to explain. All right, so the first thing, do you guys know how to find the slope? Yeah, if you don't know how to find the slope, you just type IDK. If you know how to find the slope, just let me know, give me the slope, okay? So write out what's the slope based on those 2 points. Right, okay, good. Uh, Anybody else? Job, Roger. Okay. Uh, Caleb, um, do you know how to find slope? Okay, so the slope is we call rise over run. Now, if you're looking at, if you graph this point, you can see that one is 1 comma 5. This is a 1 comma 5 will be here. And 3 comma 7, 7 will be here. So if you connect them. Now, from this point to this point, can you see that if you make a right triangle, we go see that this is the 1, 2, the right also, run is 2, rise is also 2. So rise over run is 1. So the slope is 1. And basically what we did, we can, if you use the 2 points, I write one below the other. So that's why it's clear. So M is 5 minus 7 over 1 minus 3, which give us negative 2 over negative 2. That's 1. So we know our slope is 1. So basically what we did is actually use this point minus this point. That's why you see negative numbers. Okay, now we find the slope. So how do we find the y-intercept? Well, we know our function is y equal to x and plus a b, because that's our form. Y is mx plus b. So now if we can either plug in this point or plug in that point, because both of them are on the line. That means if we plug them in, the equation is true. So that means it should be equal. Now, for example, 0, 1 is not on this line. If you plug in 0, this side is 0, the y is 1, but this side is something else. Okay. So let's see. Now, because either point is good, we just pick the easier one. Okay, we go, that means when x is 1, which is 1 here, y has to be equal 5. Now, on this side, on the left-hand side, y is 5. On the right-hand side, y 1 plus b. So therefore, b has equal to 4. Now, our function then will be y equals x plus 4. Now, how do we know we get this right? Well, if we just plug in the point, we'll see. If we got right, then both points will be on this line. So if you plug in x is 1, 1 plus 4 is 5. So this one is good. If you plug in x is 3, 3 plus 4 is 7. So that point is also on the line. So therefore, we got this right. Okay, are we good on this one? All right. Let's give you another point. You can give a try. 2, 3, and 5, and 9, and see what you got. Yeah, so this time write out the function, okay? Once you find the slope, you just write out the whole. Then find the y-intercept, then you can write out the function. Yeah, Mason? Well, just like the write early on, right, last time we write this, x plus something, right? So we write in this form, y equals, then there will be our slope, and there will be our b, okay? So we need to figure out what this is and what that is. Good, Roger? Okay, Caleb? All right, so first of all, slope, m is equal to, we know is the difference in y, so 3 minus 9. And if we go from top to bottom, then on the y, we have to do the same thing on the x, 2 minus 5. The top will be -6, bottom -3. Negative divided by negative is positive, so it's 2. So we find our m. Now, that means we can plug in on this one. That would be our 2, but we don't know what number goes here. And that's why we give a letter. Now in slope into that form, that letter we give is B. You can't have use any letter. So by convention, we just use B. Okay, now we can either plug in this number or that number. If we plug in this number, what we got? We know y is 3, our x is 2, so 2 times 2 plus b, and that is 4 plus b. Well, if 3 equal to 4 plus b, then b has to be a -1, right? 4 plus -1 is b. So therefore, we write as y equals to 2x. If we can write plus -b, or y, 1, or we just write 2x minus 1. Okay, are we good here? All right. Yeah. Once you got a couple of get some do more exercise, then it become clear to you. Okay, we do 5, 7, then 2, and 3, and see what we have. So remember, first law is find the slope. Good job, Mason. Yeah, you need to find both the slope and also the y-intercept. So we need to know what is our M and what is our B. And Caleb and Roger. Okay, take your time. The slope actually is 4/3. Okay, rise over run. Yeah, if you're not quite sure about slope, you can always find those 2 points and you can see. When we got here, 2 and 3 will be here, 5 and 7 will be here. And connect them, and you can see how they works out. So run, this is 1, 2, and 3. Rise 1, 2, 3, 4. So the slope is 4/3. So therefore, what we got here is y equals 4/3 plus b. We haven't find b yet. So we first find the slope. Well, we can use the 7 minus 3. So this is a 7, this is a 3, 7 minus 3 over, this is a 5, this is a 2 in terms x coordinate. So it's 5 minus 2. We got 4/3. So now once we got here, we plug in a number. I'm going to plug in that. So that'd be 3 equals 2, 4/3, and x is 2. Because when x is 2, y is 3. So that's why we change this equation into this. So then that plus b. So that is 8/3 plus b. Then therefore, b will be equal to 3 minus 8/3. 3 will be 9/3 minus 8/3. That's just 1/3. So therefore, we got y is 4/3x plus 1/3. That's what we got. Yep. Okay, are we good on this one? All right. And Mia, you good? Okay, let's do just a couple more. Okay. We go 2, 9, and say 7, 7, we got 10. And so what you got, okay? Hmm? Yeah, make sure you find your slope. Okay, so first of all, our slope, 9 minus 10 over 2 minus 7. Then we got minus 1 over minus 5, so 1/5. So we find that. Another way you can find it is you can always graphing it. In this case, we got 7, 10. So this is 7. Our 10 is right here. And 2, 9. 2 is here. 9 is here. So those, and you can see that from here to here. And from here to here is 7 minus 2, it's 5. From here to here is 1, so it's 1 over 5. So now we got is y equals to 1/5 x plus b. Well, how do we find b? Basically we just plug in the number. If we plug in the number here, then what we got here, this one tells us that because this point is on this line, so if x is 2, our y has to be 9. So that's a clue for us. So in order to find b, that's a clue we need. So that means 9 equals to be 1/5 times 2 plus b. So we can rewrite this as b plus 2/5 equals to 9. So what kind of equation is this? This is we call linear equation we did early on, which means that we have unknown, which is our b. We just need to figure out what our unknown is. So a minus 2/5 on both sides. Then our b will be 9 minus 2/5, which is 9 is 45 over 5. Then minus 2/5, that is 43 over 5. So that's our b. So therefore, our answer for this problem is y equals to 1/5 x plus 43 over 5. Now, we can actually check if we got that right. Of course, the first thing is if we plug in 2, then y is 2 over 5 plus 43 over 5. That's 45 over 5. That's 9. Well, this is what we have here. So that we got. Then the next one is y equals to, when x is 7, y has to be 10. So that'll be 7 over 5 plus 43 over 5. And that's 50 over 5, which is 10. So that is also works. So therefore, we know what we got here is the correct one. Very good. Good job, Mason. Yeah. Are we good on this one? Okay. So that's what we have for today. Okay, make sure you oh, 43. 43 is because 45. Well, we got this. Let's clear that. I'm glad you're asking. We got this based on uh this point. So therefore, b is equal to 9 minus 2/5. Now, in order to do fractions, we have to keep the same denominator. So 9 we can write as 45 divided by 5 because 5 times 9 is 45. minus 2 over 5. And then now we have same denominator, then we can just work on the numerator. 45 minus 2 is 43 over 5. So that's what our B is. So, and B, now we know we can write as this. Yep. Are we good, Philip? Okay. Yeah, make sure you finish all the homework so far. There's some of you still not having done that. So that way it help you to understand what's going on. And math is always built on something in the past. So if you understand in the past problems, then things will become easier and easier for you. Otherwise, math will become harder and harder. Okay, I'll see you guys next week. Bye.